What's up, everybody? This is Hot Rod, and this is the Hard Knocks Madden NFL 17 ratings breakdown. We're going to be looking at the players that you know are definite starters, the ones that you might want to think about starting, and the ones that you want to start thinking about replacing. Today, we're going to be going over the NFC South. We get things started with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At quarterback, we have famous Jameis Winston. After an excellent rookie year, he starts out with a solid 82 overall rating, 95 throw power, 88 short accuracy, 85 mid accuracy, and 81 deep accuracy. So a great young quarterback for you to start your season. He's definitely going to help you put up some great numbers on offense. At running back, you have two solid running backs. Doug Martin, who they just re-signed, 90 overall, 89 speed, 79 strength, and 90 truck. So you know he's going to be a great power back for you. He also has 91 elusiveness and 87 juke. So he's going to be a great number one running back. And then you have Charles Sims III, 82 overall, also has 89 speed, more of a receiving back for you, great third down back for the Buccaneers. So you got two great guys to have on your team, both still relatively young, so you're in good shape at running back. Mike Evans tops your wide receiver depth chart, 86 overall, 88 speed, a very physical wide receiver with 93 jump, 95 spectacular catch, 92 catch in traffic, and a very solid 88 route running. He's going to be tough to press off the line of scrimmage with that 94 release. So great number one wide receiver for the Bucs. You also have Vincent Jackson, an older wide receiver, but still very physical as well. 92 jump, 91 catch in traffic, 83 route running, 89 release. So you have two big wide receivers on the outside. You're going to have to figure out what you're going to do with your number 3 wide receiver. You have a Lewis Murphy in there, and you also could probably choose from Adam Humphries as well. But number 3 wide receiver and then eventually replacing Vincent Jackson will be your priorities there. At tight end, you have the 23-year-old Austin Seferian-Jenkins as your number 1 tight end, 86 speed, 84 acceleration, 74 strength. So great physical tools. Got to work on that route running. It's only at 65 right now, but he is a solid run blocker with that 75 run block. So you could do a lot worse at the tight end position. You also have Cameron Brate, who is a solid number 2 tight end. Also a great run blocker, 75 run block, but his route running ability is a little low right now to make him much of a threat in the receiving department. The offensive line right now is a little light. Ali Marpet and J.R. Sweezy are good young offensive linemen for you. However, they both are a little deficient in the pass blocking category. Overall, your line, they don't do anything particularly great, but they're just overall solid. They're not very terrible, but you definitely want to work on giving Jameis a line that will pass block for him and a line that will open up some holes for Doug Martin. Your defensive line is a unit that definitely boasts some great talent. Gerald McCoy, everybody knows about him, a great defensive tackle, 92 overall. Love that 97 power move, 82 block shed. So he's not going to be a great run defending defensive tackle, but still a physical beast for you in the middle. Robert Ayers Jr., a really good defensive end, 95 power move, 81 block shed. Also has 78 strength, so solid there. William Golston is your other defensive end. He has that 90 block shed and 82 power move, and at 25 years old, he's going to develop more and be a really good defensive end. And then you have Noah Spence, the rookie. He's a guy that you definitely want to develop and who could end up taking over for Ayers as he starts to age out of your lineup. Already has 80 finesse move and 78 block shed. So things are looking good in the defensive line department for the Bucs. At outside linebacker, you have Levante David as your number 1 outside linebacker, 86 overall, 85 speed, 89 acceleration, great tackler with that 88 tackle. You need to work on his block shedding ability, but he's definitely excellent reacting to plays, 89 play recognition, and that 70 man coverage and 81 zone coverage make him a great all-around outside linebacker. Your other outside linebacker position right now, you have Darryl Smith, not really that athletic and doesn't do anything particularly great, but that's definitely a position that you're going to have to address in offseason and or in your draft, because there's not much depth there. At middle linebacker, I like Quan Alexander. I believe he's also a rookie. He has great tools, that 87 speed, 90 acceleration, 79 strength. That middle linebacker is on the higher end for that position. Needs to work on that block shedding, needs to work on his tackling ability, but he's definitely a guy that is going to end up being one of the better middle linebackers in Madden. Brent Grimes is your number one cornerback right now. Obviously, you have the rookie Vernon Hargreaves that is going to end up being your number one guy. I mean, you just look at that man and zone coverage, 84 and 85, as well as his 84 press coverage. I mean, he already is one of the better corners if you look at the other depth charts in Madden. But he's going to quickly become your number one cornerback. Just want to increase that play recognition, get him up there over 80, so he'll be more effective and quicker on the ball. After that, you have a couple other solid guys for now for season one, but you're definitely going to need to get yourself a nickel cornerback, and just keep in mind that Grimes is getting up there in age, so a second cornerback to put across Vernon Hargreaves is going to be important. And then rounding out your defense are the safeties. It's not really a guy that I like in this group. Certainly some serviceable guys there, and Bradley McDougald and Chris Conti, but you're definitely going to have to find some starter quality guys to upgrade this position. And then your kickers and punter, Brian Anger, really good punter, 95 kick power, 89 kick accuracy. And then we know about Roberto Aguayo, the rookie kicker that the Bucs traded up into the second round for. So obviously he's going to be your main kicker for the duration of your franchise. The Bucs boast great young talent. I mean, you're set at quarterback, set at running back, but you definitely have some positions that you need to work on your depth to hang with teams like the Carolina Panthers and the Falcons. And then up next, we do have the Falcons at quarterback. You have Matt Ryan, very solid 84 overall quarterback, 90 throw power, really good short medium accuracies, 91 and 89. Also, fairly solid deep accuracy. So Matt Ryan is definitely one of your top end quarterbacks from Madden 17. However, he is 31 years old, so you might start seeing some regression there, but definitely solid at quarterback. At running back, you have Devontae Freeman at the top of your depth chart after a breakout season last year. He was rewarded with the 86 overall rating, 92 speed, 91 acceleration, fairly elusive at 88 elusiveness. Also has 89 spin move, 90 juke move, so he's definitely going to be a great running back for you. I also like Tevin Coleman behind him. He's only 75 overall right now, but he does have 93 speed, 84 trucking ability, so he's going to be a nice little power back for you in that backfield. So you have a nice 1-2 combination with Freeman and Coleman. You also have Patrick DeMarco, one of the best fullbacks in the game, 91 overall, 79 run block, 92 impact block. So definitely going to be a great lead blocker in that Falcons running game. At wide receiver, we have Julio Jones, 96 overall, second best wide receiver in Madden 17. I mean, look at him, 93 speed, 93 acceleration, 98 catch, 96 jump, 97 spectacular catch, 95 catching traffic, that 94 route running, and 97 release. I mean, this guy is a beast. Across from him as a number 2 wide receiver is Mohamed Sanu. He's a solid 77 overall with 88 speed, 88 jump ability, 84 catch, 90 spectacular catch. Definitely want to work on that route running at 75. It's not great for a starting wide receiver, but since he's 27, you can still increase that in time to make him a competent number 2 wide receiver. Your number 3 wide receiver is probably going to be Justin Hardy. Not great out the gate at 69 overall, but he does have 77 route running. Not really speedy, but can be a solid number 3 wide receiver for you, at least for the first season. At tight end, you have Jacob Tamme as your number 1 tight end, 79 overall, 81 speed, 87 acceleration. Really good route running for tight end at 83, 86 catch. Not really much of a run blocker, so you might want to put in another guy in there for more of the running formations, but definitely a solid tight end, especially he has that 82 catching traffic. So he's going to be a nice little weapon at tight end for you. You're going to probably end up wanting to develop Austin Hooper. Doesn't have the route running right now, but he does have 82 speed, 88 acceleration, also a solid run blocker with 74 run block. So nice little rookie tight end for you. Their offensive line for the Falcons is a very good run-blocking offensive line. You have guys like Ryan Schrader, who's more of a pass blocker, but you do have Alex Mack, who came over from the Browns, Andy Levitre, Jake Matthews, Chris Chester as your offensive line. Really like Mack and Levitre combo there, run blocking, 85 run block for Mack, 90 run block for Levitre. Schrader, Mack, and Matthews are solid pass blockers, while Levitre is kind of weak in that category. However, this offensive line does have some good talent that you can work with, even some depth with Tom Compton and Bryce Harris there. So you're in solid shape with the offensive line. Your defensive line has some older guys leading the way with Jonathan Babineau and Tyson Jackson. Babineau is 81 overall with 82 block shed, 85 finesse move. You also have Adrian Claiborne, who's a solid pass rusher for you, 86 power move. The guy that does stand out to me as the guy that you're going to want to probably plug in there as a starter is Grady Jarrett. Only 72 overall, but he does have that 87 block shed, 81 power move for a defensive tackle. He's going to be a solid run blocker, and you can definitely develop him to be more of a pass rusher down the line. Outside of that, not really much going on. Definitely a position group that you're going to have to get some more talent in there to make their defense more formidable. The outside linebackers are led by Vic Beasley Jr. You got to love that 87 speed, 89 acceleration, 87 strength combo right there, especially for a second-year guy. That's, insane physical tools. Solid pass rusher at 87 finesse move. You want to make him more well-rounded with that by increasing his block shedding so he can also be effective versus the run. But definitely a guy starting out with his 79 overall is going to be a really good pass rusher as you move forward with your franchise. Your other guys, you have Courtney Upshaw, is more of a run blocking outside linebacker. Brooks Reed, he's all right, but nobody else that really stands out in the outside linebacker group. Middle linebackers, kind of a weak position right now for the Falcons. You do have Paul Warlow and Sean Weatherspoon, who are veterans and have solid play recognition and athleticism. But the guy that you're probably going to want to start from day one is the rookie Deion Jones. You got to want to just plug in there that 87 speed, 89 acceleration, 82 block shed, which is really good for a rookie linebacker. Just got to increase that tackling, only 77 right now, so he might miss quite a few tackles. Also, 66 play recognition might come into play if you're not a user of the middle linebacker in your games. But he does have 77 zone coverage right now, which is really good. Something that you can increase to make him a pretty effective middle linebacker. Your cornerbacks are kind of light in the depth chart. You do have Desmond Trufant, who is really good at 90 overall, 92 speed, 87 man coverage, and 86 zone coverage, as well as 91 press coverage. So a really good cornerback. Robert Alford is also a solid man-to-man corner, but very weak, kind of weak in the zone coverage department with only 74 zone. Your other guys, Jalen Collins, DeMarcus Van Dyke, there's really nothing much to say about them. A really weak zone coverage. definitely a position, your number 3 corner, that you're going to have to find somebody to upgrade there, because it's pretty bad going after Robert Alford. There's just not much there. Your safeties, led by the rookies, Keanu Neal, very good coming in as a rookie, 77 overall. Really like that 93 hit power. He does have 87 speed and 88 acceleration. Going to want to work on his play recognition, his block shedding, as well as his zone coverage to make him a strong safety, more in the mold of, what they're saying. They're trying to make him in the mold of a Cam Chancellor. So you got to increase some things, but definitely a very solid rookie safety there. And then you have Ricardo Allen, who's probably going to be your starting free safety. Really like his coverage ability, 81 man coverage, 83 zone coverage. So he might be a guy that you can kind of plug in there as a nickel coverage guy. But the other guys on your depth chart, Kamal Ishmael, solid backup, strong safety, but nothing else there. Probably a position that you want to find some more depth. And then at punter, you have Matt Bosher. Just solid 892 kick power, 90 kick accuracy. And then you have Matt Bryant, who's probably going to retire pretty soon with being at 41. But solid kicker. Nothing really stands out about him. So the Falcons definitely have a lot of talent on offense. The defense, definitely a work in progress. But if you're creative, you could probably make them somewhat effective. But definitely the side of the ball that you need to address soon. Up next are your defending NFC champion Carolina Panthers. At quarterback, you already know what it is. Cam Newton, 94 overall, 86 speed, 97 throw power, which is really good. And then them accuracies, 94 short accuracy, 93 mid accuracy, and then 87 deep accuracy. Cam Newton's a beast. There's really no other way to say it. Especially 27 years old. He has a lot of great seasons ahead of him. So things are looking good at quarterback. At running back, you have Jonathan Stewart as your starter, getting up there in age, almost about to hit 30, only 87 speed, but he does have 92 acceleration and 79 strength. That 88 trucking is nice. That 92 elusiveness is very good. So he is going to shed some of those tackles. You got to worry about the fact that he is hitting 30, so regression is ahead for him. Behind them, you have Cameron Artis-Payne, solid running back, but not spectacular. So probably going to end up wanting to draft another running back in your first offseason, or find a guy in free agency. And then at fullback, you have Mike Tolbert, who starting to see that dip in athleticism. I think he was in his had 80 speed last Madden, so starting to get slower. Is really not going to do much as far as a blocker, but is a solid receiver. So, he definitely has some value, but just know that, it is starting to get time where Mike Tolbert isn't a great Madden player. At wide receiver, you have Kelvin Benjamin as your number 1 wide receiver, 83 overall, 86 speed, 88 acceleration. Surprised that his jumping ability is that low at 84. But he is a really good physical wide receiver, 91 catch, 97 catch in traffic, and 96 release. So definitely going to be tough to handle at the line of scrimmage coming off his break. 82 route running, something you definitely want to improve. But Benjamin is a really good wide receiver. You also have Ted Ginn, who's getting up there in age, but does have some speed left in him. 83 route running is really good. 90 elusiveness. And then you have Philly Brown and Devin Funchess, who are your younger wide receivers. Philly Brown is definitely really good right now. 88 speed, 93 acceleration, 82 route running. So he's definitely good in that category. And then Funchess, you definitely want to work on the route running. But, you put him with Kelvin Benjamin, you have 2 really big wide receivers on the outside that can be very physical with those cornerbacks. And then at tight end, you have Greg Olsen, one of the best tight ends in the game, 93 overall, 85 speed, 86 acceleration. Not much of a run blocker, but he is one of one of the best receiving tight ends in the game. 96 catch, 90 spectacular catch, 93 catch in traffic, and then 92 route running. So he's definitely going to be a lot to handle from the tight end position. Not much behind him. Ed Dixon, he's just kind of there, and then none of the younger guys will really threaten that spot as the number 2 tight end right now. So you definitely have Olsen, so that might be enough for anybody. Your offensive line, you have 3 really excellent run blockers in Ryan Khalil, Trey Turner, and Andrew Norwell. Khalil at 96 run block, Trey Turner at 92, and then Andrew Norwell at 94 run block. So really good there. They're also, all 3 of them are solid in the pass blocking department. Michael Orr is kind of suspect in the run block. That 68 run block is pretty horrible. So he might not be a guy that you end up starting. You have Michael Remmers, who is solid, and you could plug in there as a starting right tackle, but definitely want to address your left tackle position. On your defensive line, you're led by Kawan Short, the defensive tackle, 92 overall. He has that 70 speed from defensive tackle, which is really good. 87 strength. He's an excellent pass rusher, 95 power move. He also has 83 block shed, so really good all-around defensive tackle. Charles Johnson, starting left end, 82 overall. Not particularly quick around the edge, but does have a solid 84 power move, 86 block shed. They also signed Paul Soliai, probably might be your other starting defensive tackle. You have to choose between him or Star Lotulelei. And then you need to figure out what you're going to do with your other defensive end position, choosing between Coney Ely or Mario Addison. So definitely some decisions to make there on the defensive line. Your outside linebackers, you have Thomas Davis and Shaq Thomas, who are going to be your starters. Davis is 88 overall, 81 speed, 91 tackle, excellent in coverage, 78 man coverage, 88 zone coverage. Also has that 90 pursuit, 90 play recognition. So really good outside linebacker, albeit an older one. You also have Shaq Thompson, 75 overall, 84 speed. Also a great coverage linebacker, 77 man coverage, 80 zone coverage. The thing that you want to address with Thompson, increases play recognition and his pursuit and his block shedding, so he can be more effective against the run. Then at middle linebacker, you have Luke Kuechly. The best middle linebacker in the game, 99 overall, 86 speed, 89 acceleration. 98 tackling, 93 hit power, 93 block shed. He pretty much has it all. Also great in coverage with the 89 zone coverage. So Kuechly, he's going to be your guy at middle linebacker for a long time. So you pretty much are set there. No worries at middle linebacker. At cornerback, Josh Norman is gone, so Bene Benwikere is your number 1 cornerback now. Not particularly great, especially compared to Josh Norman, but he does have solid coverage ratings, 80 man coverage, 83 zone coverage. James Bradbury is probably going to be your number 2 corner, or the guy that you want to develop to be your number 2 corner. I like his 91 speed, 92 acceleration. Also has 76 man coverage and 81 zone coverage. So, some things to work on there are especially getting that play recognition up. Might want to work on that press coverage rating, but definitely has the tools to be a solid starting cornerback. And then finally at safety, you have Kurt Coleman, your starting free safety, 87 overall, has an 85 speed, 91 acceleration. Not a super strong safety, but definitely has great hands, 82 catch. Also solid coverage, especially the 86 zone coverage. So very solid free safety. And then Trey Boston, also really good young safety, 81 zone coverage. Definitely want to increase his play recognition, so he's quicker to the ball. But 2 good safeties there. Coleman is hitting his 30s, so something to keep in mind. But solid situation there at safety for the Panthers. And then your kicker is Graham Gano, solid, very good kicker, 94 kick power, 93 kick accuracy. And then, you have to decide, probably want to just go ahead and get rid of Mike Cyphers and go with Swayze Waters as your punter. 92 kick power, not as accurate, but, does have a bigger leg to kind of try to flip the field there. So there's the Panthers, very good team. I mean, you have excellent situation at quarterback and wide receiver, and that defense, especially at the linebacker position, is going to be the big strength for the Panthers. But they do have some holes that you want to address to make them a more well-rounded team. And then last up, we have the New Orleans Saints. Starting with quarterback, we have Drew Brees. He is 37 years old, but he is definitely a great quarterback for you for season 1. 90 overall, 89 throw power, and then the accuracy is all there. 94 short accuracy, 93 mid accuracy, and 87 deep accuracy. But I mean, there's this thing to be cognizant of is the fact that he is 37, so he's due to retire pretty soon there. At running back, you have Mark Ingram as your top dog. 87 speed, 91 acceleration. Doesn't do anything really great, but he's definitely a good solid starter for you. You also have CJ Spiller behind him, is more of a receiving back, but still has some athleticism there. 90 speed, 92 acceleration, 95 agility. Just got to keep in mind that he's not a guy who's going to be able to handle the full load of carries. So you got to decide whether or not Ingram is going to be your guy long term, but it's not a terrible situation there at running back. And then at wide receiver, we have Brandon Cooks, really good athleticism, 96 speed, 93 acceleration, 96 agility, also very elusive, 92 elusiveness. Route running, 83 right now. He's only 22, so you're definitely going to develop his catch in traffic, and probably want to work on his release. So, guys aren't too successful pressing him at the line of scrimmage, but really good number 1 wide receiver. Then you have Willie Snead, also solid. He had a great breakout season last year for the Saints. 84 route running, 82 catch in traffic. Definitely things that you need to work on to make him a better wide receiver. And then behind him, your number 3 guy, you're probably gonna want to develop Michael Thomas, the rookie out of Ohio State. Right now, his route running is not great at 64, but something that you want to work on. Does have some tools, but might be a situation where you end up finding another number 3 wide receiver down the line in the next offseason. At tight end, the Saints picked up Kobe Fleener to take over their number 1 tight end duties. 84 overall, 86 speed, 89 acceleration. Also really good run blocker, 77 run block. Definitely want to work on his route running. Only 75 right now, but something that you can develop. He does have great physical tools, so can be a dangerous weapon for you at tight end. Josh Hill is also there, also solid athleticism, not really good route running, but is a strong run blocker. So you do have 2 really solid tight ends, especially if you want to go the 2 tight end route for your offense. At offensive line, you have Terran Armstead, who is one of the best tackles in the game, 92 overall. That 80 speed is really excellent. So, if you want to do things like tosses or anything like that, and, has a pull and tackle, those are things that you should be happy about with Armstead. Also 93 run block, 95 pass block. So really good all around offensive lineman there. You also have some really strong run blockers in Zach Streif, Tim Lelito. The main issue for the Saints is the pass blocking outside of Armstead and Max Unger is a little suspect. So you definitely need to keep that in mind to make sure that you keep Drew Brees upright. Then on your defensive line, you have Cameron Jordan at 90 overall. He has that 80 speed, 86 acceleration, 91 strength. So really good physical ratings there. 96 power move and 84 block shed. You want to look into increasing that block shed so he can be better against the run, but really good left end. Nick Fairley, who the Saints picked up in the offseason at 79 overall, has 74 speed, 80 acceleration, 88 strength. He also has 83 power move and 82 block shed. So that power move and block shed are areas to improve in Fairley. And then you have the rookie Sheldon Rankins, who came in at 77 overall, has 71 speed, 86 strength, but also came in with that 84 power move and 83 block shed. So you have a really good rookie there at defensive tackle, and areas that you can improve pretty easily. At your outside linebacker position, don't really like any of these guys. Stephon Anthony is a guy that you can develop into a solid outside linebacker. He does need work on the block shedding and his man and zone coverage, or particularly his zone coverage, to make him more effective. You also have Craig Robertson, who is okay, especially as a coverage outside linebacker, but a lot of guys might not like his 77 speed and might want to get a more athletic guy in there. And then at middle linebacker, your starter probably going to be James Laurinaitis, though he's not really that great of a linebacker. Definitely lacking in the speed category. Will be solid against the run, 88 play at recognition, but he is just not really a good coverage guy at middle linebacker. That job probably go to Nate Stupar and your nickel formations, but both of those guys just really don't bring much to the table. So middle linebacker is definitely an area that's going to have to be addressed pretty soon. And then at cornerback, you have Delvin Breaux, who is a really good cornerback, who will be a really good cornerback, number one cornerback for you. Want to work on his man coverage, but 89 zone coverage is excellent. Behind him, you'll probably be playing Kyle Wilson or PJ Williams, but both of those guys, you definitely want to increase that play recognition, or else they'll just be looking lost out there. At safety, I believe in Madden 16, Jairus Byrd was one of the top free safeties, so he took a major hit there in the ratings department. Still solid zone coverage, but isn't really that great of a safety when you look at his overall ratings. So he's going to be around the ball, 82 play recognition, does have those that 81 catch rating. So if he does get his hands on the ball, he's probably gonna pick it off, but definitely not as good as he was in Madden 16. And then you have Kenny Vaccaro, who I do like, especially in the coverage department. That 79 man coverage, 79 zone coverage means that you can do a lot of things with Vaccaro and move him around and be comfortable in putting him on a lot of guys, especially on tight ends and slot wide receivers. And finally, a punter is Thomas Morstead. Very good leg, 94 kick power, 89 kick accuracy. Both your kickers, though, on your roster, Connor Barth and Kai Forbath, don't have much of a leg, so you might want to see if there's a better kicker out there, especially one that has more kick power. Otherwise, you're going to be limited in those long field goal situations. So that's it for the Saints. Has a solid team, but the biggest issue is that you're old at quarterback, and definitely need some more talent at linebacker. Otherwise, there's going to be some serious issues as you move along in your franchise. That's it for the NFC South. Definitely going to be a competitive division. There's no one team that is just above and beyond another team in the division. Each team has its strengths, and I really believe that when it comes to talent, these teams are closer than what it may appear in real life in NFL. So stay tuned for more videos, more ratings breakdown here at